about the significance of this. I want to go now to Democratic Congressman from California, Lieu, because he sits on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. And Congressman, I appreciate your time. I know you've received a briefing about the explosion. Look, the word Chernobyl has been used. President Trump is tweeting, people worried about the air around the facility and far beyond. What can you tell us?
Thank you, Erin, for that question. Let me first say that it's not surprising the Russians are trying to build a new class of nuclear weapons. Donald Trump has been very weak towards Vladimir Putin. As we sit here today, he still takes Putin's denials over our intelligence experts for Russia's cyber attacks. With regards to this explosion, the Russians have admitted that it was a nuclear propulsion system that exploded. All accounts show that it was a Skyfall cruise missile that, if it worked, would be an unlimited range nuclear-powered cruise missile. And the U.S. tried developing this many decades ago. We stopped because we realized it wasn't going to work, and this explosion shows that we were likely correct.
Okay, here's my question, though, because the president, of course, says we have similar, though more advanced technology. And obviously, they have this explosion and now this possible huge health risk, as I say, with a nuclear explosion. But nonetheless, they're going ahead with something. So when he says we have way more advanced technology, given understanding that their test did fail, is it true, though, or are we also pursuing some?
I have no idea what the president is talking about. To the best of my knowledge, the United States is not developing or looking at developing a nuclear-powered cruise missile. One reason for that is it turns out when you have a cruise missile powered by nuclear materials, it spews out radioactive waste. That's just not something the U.S. is going to develop, and I frankly don't really understand what the president is saying.
So how big of a risk or a threat is this technology if they were to develop it and perfect it? As you say, it is unlimited in range and of course in power. If you were able to get past, they clearly wouldn't have the moral qualms that you're raising, but if they were able to get past the explosive issue.
If the Russians could perfect this technology, it would increase the risk of the United States somewhat, which is why I think the United States and Russia should get back into their INF treaty, which is an intermediate range nuclear treaty. And it was not a good idea for the United States to pull out of that. We need to de-escalate tensions and look again at stopping nuclear proliferation.
So, in recent weeks, you mentioned that you feel like that Putin has become emboldened. Obviously, the president recently, when it comes to North Korea, has downplayed all these missile tests, which are in violation of UN treaties, and obviously are tests which could be used, which could kill tens of thousands of U.S. troops in South Korea, or be used to perfect other technology. But to him, it was all fine because this is how he put it.
The missile tests have all been short-range, no missile tests, no long-range missiles. These are short-range missiles. They're very standard. They are short-range missiles, and many people have those missiles.
So what's he going to say to Putin? Many people want long-range, unlimited-range nukes, and I'm fine with that? Or is this relevant to what Putin's doing?
So again, I don't really understand what the president is talking about. I know with respect to North Korea, I previously served on active duty under U.S. Pacific Command. It's very clear to me that we have no good military options against North Korea, which is why I do support diplomacy. At the same time, we have to rely on facts. And as of right now, North Korea has not gotten rid of a single nuclear missile or a single nuclear weapon. And when it comes to Russia, again, we need to rely on facts, not what the president actually thinks.
Thank you very much, Congressman Lieu. I appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you, Erin.